Hello students, welcome to the video. This video covers the topics of infinite series and some solved problems. Infinite series definition is if a set of real numbers u1, u2, u3, un occurs according to some definite law, then the sum of its terms u1 plus u2 plus un up to infinite term is called series. Example of infinite series is geometric series. Geometric series 1 plus r square plus etc. up to infinite terms. This is a series, means there is plus sign in between and it contains infinite number of terms. This is an example of infinite series. Example 1 plus 3 plus 3 square plus 3 cube plus etc. 3 to the power of n plus infinite terms. 1 plus 3 plus 9 plus 27. This is a geometric series and this is an example for infinite series. Next, let us consider an infinite series. That is u1 plus u2 un, infinite number of terms. In this infinite series, I will take the first n terms, that is sum of first n terms u1 plus u2 plus etc. un. We will denote this as Sn, sum of first n terms. In this infinite series, we consider the sum of first n terms, that is denoted by special letter Sn, sum of n terms. We apply the limit n tends to infinity for this Sn. By looking at the value of Sn, we can decide whether this infinite series converges, diverges or oscillates. If this value is S and S is a finite and unique, if the value of the limit Sn is finite and unique, then this infinite series converges to this value. If the limit Sn as n tends to infinity and the value of S is plus or minus infinity, then we say that the infinite series diverges. If the limit value of Sn is a finite and not unique, then we say that this infinite series oscillates. That is, if in an infinite series, if the sum of first n terms, that is Sn, and after applying the limit n tends to infinity and the value is a finite and unique, then we say that the infinite series converges. If it comes out to be plus or minus infinity, then the infinite series diverges. If the value of the limit is finite but not unique, then we say that the infinite series oscillates. Now there is a theorem which says that the geometric series 1 plus r plus r square is convergent if modulus of r is less than 1, divergent if r value is greater than or equal to 1, oscillatory if r value is less than or equal to minus 1. This is geometric series is an infinite series and it converges, diverges or oscillates on these conditions. Let us prove this theorem. The proof goes like this. We'll consider the case. first case where modulus of r is less than 1. Modulus of r is less than 1. Then there is a proved result that in a geometric series the sum of first n terms is 1 minus r to the power of n by 1 minus r. For a geometric series, sum of first n terms is, if modulus of r is less than 1, then it is 1 minus r to the power of n upon 1 minus r. Applying limit n tends to infinity both sides, this will be limit n tends to infinity 1 by 1 minus r to the power of n 1 upon 1 minus r minus r to the power of n upon 1 minus r. That is, if we apply the limit n tends to infinity, we get 1 by 1 minus r, which is a finite and unique, and hence the geometric series converges if r is less than 1. Now consider the second case when r is greater than or equal to 1. When r is greater than or equal to 1, we have two cases. If r is equal to 1, if r is greater than 1. When r is equal to 1, Sn becomes 1 plus r. Sn becomes, substitute r equals 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 square is 1 itself, plus 1 to the power of n times. 1 is n times present. Therefore, this is nothing but n. Sn is n itself. Limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity, n is nothing but infinity. Therefore, the given geometric series diverges if r is equal to 1. Next, consider the case when r is equal to 1. We have a proved result that Sn value of a geometric series is r to the power of n minus 1 by r minus 1. Applying limit n tends to infinity of Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity r to the power of n minus 1 by r minus 1, that is equal to limit n tends to infinity. I can split this as r to the power of n by r minus 1 minus 1 by r minus 1. Applying the limit, we get r to the power of infinity is infinity minus 1. Anything subtracted from infinity is infinity itself. Therefore, in both the cases, we get the limit Sn as n tends to infinity value is infinity, and therefore the given geometric series diverges if r value is greater than or equal to 1. Now let us consider the third case where r value is less than or equal to 1. Consider the third case where r value is less than or equal to 1 minus 1. Sorry, the third case is r value is less than or equal to minus 1. What happens here? Also two cases. What happens if r is equal to minus 1, and what happens if r value is less than minus 1? If r is exactly equal to minus 1, then Sn becomes 1 plus r square. This is the first n terms of geometric series, and this is the sum of first n terms of geometric series. Sn becomes, when r is equal to minus 1, 1 minus 1 minus 1 whole square is plus 1, etc., plus minus 1 to the power of n times. Therefore, applying limit, Sn will become 0 when n is even. If we take two terms, n is even, n is two terms, 1 minus 1 0. If we take 3 terms, we get n value is, if n is odd, we get two values, that is the geometric series oscillates and the limit value n tends to infinity is unique number but finite, but it is not a unique number. We get two value depending on the values of n. Hence the given geometric series oscillates if r is equal to minus 1. Now consider the case r is less than minus 1. In case r is, if r takes minus values, if r takes minus values, any of these minus values, then r will be of the form minus p. Example, if r is of the form minus 1, r is equal to minus 2, r is equal to minus 3. It will be of the form r is equal to minus p, where this p is greater than 1. If r is of the form minus 3, then 3 is definitely greater than 1. If r takes the value minus 2, then 2 is greater than 1. If r takes like this, where the minus p is greater than 1, and hence r to the power of n will be minus p to the power of n minus 1 to the power of n p to the power of n. Therefore, limit n tends to infinity, Sn will be limit n tends to infinity 1 minus, substitute the value of r, p to the power of n divided by 1 minus r. And clearly if n is even, we get, suppose n is 2, we get minus 1 whole square is 1, then we get another value, and if n is odd, we get another value. Therefore the value of the limit is finite but not unique, and hence the given geometric series oscillates if r is less than minus 1. Less than minus 1. If r is also equal to minus 1, then also we get two different values of the limit, and hence it is not unique. It is finite but not unique in both the cases. Therefore the geometric series is convergent if modulus of r is less than 1, divergent if r is greater than 1, oscillatory if r is less than or equal to 1. Now there are two problems. In fact, these two are geometric series. We'll check whether these two converges or is a convergent series or divergent series. By the theorem, this says that if the r, that is the common ratio in the geometric series, is convergent if this condition follows. So first we'll find the geometric series in this geometric series. The value of common ratio for this series is take a term and divide it by the previous term. Take the term and divide it by the previous term, we get the common ratio, that is 1 by 4. 1 by 2, when it goes to numerator, it becomes 2 by 1. It gets reversed and becomes 2 by 1. So the common ratio is 1 by 2. R value is 1 by 2. If you take modulus of r 1 by 2 is still less than 1, and hence this given geometric series converges. Similarly, for this geometric series, we need to test whether it is convergent or divergent, and we notice that this is a geometric series with common ratio. Take a term and divide by its previous term. Take one of the term and divide by its previous term, we get the common ratio, that is 1 by 2 square is nothing but 4 into minus 2 by 1. 1 by 2 get reversed and become minus 2 by 1. 2 ones are 2 twos are, this become minus 1 by 2. So the R value is minus 1 by 2, and modulus of R value is modulus of 1 by 2. When we apply modulus, it will become a plus value. So our modulus of R equals 1 by 2 is less than 1, and hence this series, the given geometric series, is convergent. The given geometric series is convergent. Now there is an interesting property of infinite series, is that if a positive term series of this sigma un is convergent, then the limit value of the nth term, this is the nth term of the series, and the limit is 0, then it is convergent. If it is not 0, then it is divergent. If the limit comes out to be 0, then it is convergent. If it is not 0, then it is divergent. So this is the important property of infinite series. Now let us see some of the problem based on this property. First one is 1 square plus 2 square plus etc. n square infinite series. So this is an infinite series. We need to test whether this is a convergent or divergent series. For that, what is the nth term of this? The nth term will be n square. And the property says that apply limit to the nth term. So we will apply the limit to this nth term. So this series will be of the form sigma n square, where n is equal to 1 to infinity, that is 1 square plus, if you apply the expand this, you will get this series. And if this series is convergent, then the limit, this limit should be 0. So for that, apply limit n tends to infinity. For the nth term, limit n tends to infinity of n square is equal to infinity. Therefore, the given series is a divergent series. Now consider this series. The unth term, the nth term of this will be the pattern, looking at the pattern 1, 2, 3. So this will be of the form n into n plus 1. This is the first term. This will be the second term u2, and this will be the third term u3 plus etc. The nth term will look like this: n into n plus 1, 1 into 1 plus 1, 2 into 2 plus 1, 3 into 3 plus 1, and the nth term will be n into n plus 1. And by this property of infinite series, if we apply the limit of as n tends to infinity to the nth term of the infinite series, what we get is limit n tends to infinity n into n plus 1. This is clearly goes to infinity, and hence the given series is divergent. This converges only if the limit value comes out to be 0. Now let us see another problem on the property of infinite series. 2 by 9 4 by 9, 4 by 27, 8 by 81. This is an infinite series. To check this, whether this is a convergent or divergent, this will be of the, how does nth term look like? We need to find. Un will be, this is in the powers of 2, 2 to the power of n, and the denominator is in the powers of 3, 3 square, 3 cube, 3 to the power of 4, and hence I can write it as 3 to the power of n plus 1. Because 3 is missing here, so the power is starts from 2, so I have written n plus 1. So applying limit n tends to infinity, for this limit n tends to infinity, 2 to the power of n by 3 to the power of n plus 1. So this will be limit n tends to infinity, 2 to the power of n divided by, I can split 3 to the power of n plus 1 as 3 to the power of n into 3. If there is nothing here, it should be taken as 1. Therefore 3 to the power of n plus 1 is 3 to the power of n into 3 to 3. 1 by 3 comes outside. Limit n tends to infinity, 2 by 3 whole to the power of n. I will combine this and write it as 2 by 3 whole to the power of n, and 2 by 3 is less than 1, and hence if you apply 2 by 3 is less than 1. Therefore if you apply limit to a small number raised to the power of n, this clearly goes to infinity. This clearly is a 0. Limit value of a smaller number raised to the power of n, if you apply limit, this will be 0 multiplied 0. Therefore the given series limit n tends to infinity, un is, the value of this is 0, and hence the given series is a convergent series. Next, the fourth problem, the nth term is already given, so we need to just apply the limit n tends to infinity un and check whether it is 0 or not 0. If it comes to be 0, then it is convergent. If it's not 0, then it is divergent. Limit n tends to infinity 2n minus 1 factorial divide by 2n plus 1 factorial. Let us expand this 2n minus 1 factorial, that is 2n minus 1 into 2n minus 2 lesser than this, 2n still lesser than this, up to 3 into 2 into 1, because what is 4 factorial? 4 factorial is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. One number lesser than the previous, one number lesser than the previous, up till we reach 1. So similarly 2n minus 1 factorial is 2n minus 1, 1 lesser than means 2n minus 2, minus 1 is 3, 2n minus 3, till we reach 3 to 1.